If a tree falls in a forest, and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? If no one's there to perceive it, how can we confirm that it even exists? But how can we know the person who witnesses the tree falling even exists? Shouldn't they have the same logic applied to them? What if the only true reality is that of which I immediately perceive? So the only things that exist in the universe right now are me, the shower, and my northern pine tar. Huh. Well, let's add a fourth thing. Yow, man! Welcome to a brick box soap guide. Today, we're venturing deep with the northern pine tar. This is an OG offered by BrickBox. It is very much your standard pine tar bar in many ways, but it does have some notable differences. For one, it's more of a dark brown than black, but it's the ingredients where we can see some more interesting stuff. Our first unique ingredient is of course pine tar, one of the best out there, and it really makes for a deep cleaning wash. It's anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. It's also very soothing, cleansing, and moisturizing. Activated charcoal is also soothing, cleansing, as well as exfoliating. However, most of the exfoliation here today will be via volcanic pumice. This is what we'll be adding our medium grit, helping to clear away dead skin and impurities, and really allowing the rest of this deep cleaning bar to work its woodsy magic. And of course, there is also our lineup of essential oils. These will add some additional benefits as well, but most notably they will be forming the scent. Today's lineup is sweet orange, scotch pine, and fir needle. There is no added fragrance here. This is about as natural as a brick can be. Speaking of the scent, it is also very much a standard pine tar in most ways. It's an extremely fresh and clean scent with strong notes of pine and fir. In fact, I think it might be a little more woodsy than some other pine tars I've tried. I find that some can smell like pine sol. The northern boy though does seem to be more natural and be more like a forest smell. It's also around a medium potency. It's not super strong or intense. It's a little more laid back. Overall though, it's mostly your standard pine tar, being very fresh and clean, with that classic woodsy and rugged scent. The clean of a pine tar is perhaps always its strongest suit however, and the northern boy is no different in that regard. This is a really deep cleaning, rejuvenating, and hydrating bar that really does everything quite well. It does have one notable difference however to other pine tars, and that is with the grit. Unlike most, which tend to be heavy, this is a medium grit, and I would say the grit is as labeled. Personally, I think it felt great to use. A nice consistency to it, and there was certainly enough there to add a good deal of exfoliation. Now, there is no oatmeal, which you'll find in other versions in addition to pumice or sand. Instead it is just the pumice here. So again, it's more consistent throughout, with more of a sandy texture, rather than a sandy texture with large chunks of oatmeal throughout. It had been a while since I'd used a classic pine tar bar, and using this boy reminded me of how great they can feel to use. As for my thoughts, I liked the northern pine tar. I think it is a very well made pine tar bar. When you look at the brick as a whole, I think it's more of a tame version of the pine tar flavor. The scent is more relaxing than intense. The grit is more medium than heavy, and all that I think combines to make a more approachable pine tar. If you're someone who isn't a fan of heavy grits, or have shied away from pine tars in the past due to that, I'd recommend checking this boy out, because it's a much more laid back experience, but certainly a nifty one. That's going to do it for today, mains. Let me know what you think of the northern pine tar. And until next time, stay nifty. Yow, man!